Perfect shot.
Welcome to Treasures from God's Word. Join us as we explore the riches of the Bible.
Please don't forget to subscribe. What will you boast about? What do people in this world boast about? Many boast about education. Others boast about money, travel, style, influence, physical strength, good looks, or social popularity. Some boast about how busy they are, how talented they are, how many people admire them, or how successful they appear to be. But Jehovah asks a very different question. He does not ask, "What can you show off?" He asks, in effect, "What really matters in your heart?" That is why Jeremiah 9:23-24 is so powerful. Jehovah says that the wise should not boast in their wisdom, the mighty in their might, or the rich in their riches. Instead, the person who wants to boast should boast in understanding and knowing Jehovah. That is the theme of our talk. What will you boast about? And the sub-theme is this: avoid trying to impress others with your abilities and accomplishments. Instead, look for opportunities to boast in Jehovah. A third part of the theme is follow the Apostle Paul's good example of humility. We live in a time when self-promotion is normal. People are encouraged to build a personal brand, make themselves visible, and create a strong image. Even when people are not deliberately arrogant, the pressure around them can be strong. Look successful, looks interesting, look important, make sure others notice you. As Jehovah's servants, we need to be careful not to absorb that spirit. The danger of wanting to impress others. Let us think about one common area where this pressure shows up: social media. Social media can be useful. It can help us stay in touch with relatives, keep up with family updates, or share encouraging thoughts. But there is also a danger. A person can start using social media not to connect, but to impress. What happens then? We begin by selecting only the best moments, the best angle, the best smile, the best meal, the best trip, the best outfit, the best family outing, the best version of life. And of course, when other people scroll through all of that, they may start thinking, "My life is ordinary. My weekends are dull. My service to Jehovah is not exciting enough. My family is not as interesting as theirs." That is where discouragement can begin. A young Christian sister once said, "I started feeling discontent when I saw others having all this fun on the weekends, and I was at home, bored." Many people can relate to that feeling. Someone may not even be doing anything wrong, but after too much scrolling, the heart begins to compare. And comparison can become poison. Why? Because social media often shows highlights, not reality. It gives us a carefully edited version of life. It shows what people want others to admire. It rarely shows the stress, the loneliness, the insecurity, the arguments, the debt, the tears, or the quiet prayer that never got posted. So if we are not careful, we can start chasing an image instead of pursuing reality. Jehovah's Word warns us about that spirit. 1 John 2:16 speaks about the showy display of one's means of life. That phrase is so fitting. It describes the urge to say, "Notice me, admire me, think highly of me." But Christians do not live that way. Galatians 5:26 warns against becoming egotistical, stirring up competition, or envying one another. That is the spirit of the world, not the spirit of Christ. So we might ask ourselves, when I post, speak, dress, work, or serve, what is my goal? Am I trying to glorify Jehovah, or am I trying to make myself look impressive? That question is worth asking often. Humility protects the heart. Humility is not weakness. Humility is not thinking you are worthless. Humility is seeing yourself accurately before Jehovah. It means recognizing that every ability, every opportunity, every achievement, and every good result ultimately comes from Jehovah's blessing. That is why 1 Peter 3:8 is so beautiful. It encourages us to be united in mind, sympathetic, tenderly compassionate, and humble. A humble person is not obsessed with making himself stand out. He is more interested in how others feel and how Jehovah views things. Think of how refreshing humility is in daily life. At work, a humble Christian does not constantly remind everyone how smart he is. At school, He does not act like he is better than others. In the congregation, he does not try to be seen as the most knowledgeable, the most capable, or the most spiritual. In the family, he does not need to win every discussion. A humble person is teachable, calm, and approachable. People feel safe around him because he is not always trying to dominate the conversation or prove he is superior. That is very different from the spirit of the world. Please don't forget to subscribe. What does Jehovah want us to boast about? Now let us turn to the positive side of the theme. Jeremiah 9:24 gives Jehovah's answer. If anyone is going to boast, let him boast in understanding and knowing Jehovah. That is wonderful. Jehovah does not forbid all boasting. He simply redirects it. He teaches us to be proud of what is right. We can be proud of Jehovah's name. We can be proud to belong to Him. We can be proud of His qualities, His loving kindness, justice, and righteousness. We can be proud that He is our God. We can be proud that He has taught us the truth. Psalm 105:3 encourages us to boast about Jehovah's holy name. Think about that. The world says, boast about yourself. Jehovah says, boast about me. That is not a burden, it is an honor. We do not need to be ashamed to let others know that we are Jehovah's witnesses. At work, at school, in the neighborhood, in conversations with relatives, or in casual discussions, we can speak respectfully and naturally about Jehovah. We do not have to force it, and we do not have to be awkward. But we should never act as if serving Jehovah is something embarrassing that must be hidden. The devil wants the world to forget Jehovah's name. He wants people to talk about everything except Jehovah. He wants people to be proud of themselves but silent about God. So every time we speak appreciatively about Jehovah, we are doing something powerful. We are giving Jehovah the honor He deserves. Practical ways to boast in Jehovah. What does it look like in daily life to boast in Jehovah? It can be very simple. A brother at work may be known for being dependable and honest. When he gets credit, he does not act as though his success is entirely from his own brilliance. He may explain kindly that his values come from the Bible and that Jehovah's standards help him do his work well. A sister at school may be known for being calm and respectful. When others ask how she stays grounded, she can mention that prayer and Bible study help her keep peace in a stressful environment. A parent may have a child who is making good spiritual progress. The parent does not boast about being the perfect parent. Instead, he or she gives Jehovah the credit for helping the family through prayer, family worship, congregation support, and Bible principles. A young person may do well academically or athletically, but he does not make his grades or achievements his identity. He remembers that his main identity is not top student or best player, but a servant of Jehovah. That is a beautiful way to live. We can also boast in Jehovah by talking about what He has done for us personally, not in a dramatic or self-centered way, but in a warm, honest way. We can say things like, I've seen Jehovah help me through anxiety. I've learned that prayer really works. The Bible helped me make a better decision. Jehovah gave me the strength to forgive. When we speak that way, we are not promoting ourselves. We are praising Jehovah. Beware of boasting in subtle ways. Of course, most people do not walk around saying, I am arrogant. Pride is usually more subtle than that. It often hides behind helpful-sounding words. For example, a person may constantly mention how busy he is. Why? Sometimes because he wants others to think he is important. Another person may keep bringing up how much he knows. Why? Sometimes because he wants admiration. Another may repeatedly mention how much he has sacrificed. Why? Sometimes because he wants recognition. Still another may speak modestly, but only so that others will insist, "No, you are amazing!" That is another form of self-promotion. We need to be honest with ourselves. The heart can fool us. A Christian might not look proud on the outside, yet inside, he may still crave attention. That is why it is good to ask, what do I enjoy talking about most? My own accomplishments? My own abilities? My own experiences? Or Jehovah's goodness? What do I share online? Things that make me look impressive? Or things that encourage others and reflect Jehovah's thinking? What do I hope people remember after spending time with me? My talents? My personality? My good taste? Or my love for Jehovah? These questions can help us see whether our heart is leaning toward self or toward God. Conclusion. Brothers and sisters, we live in a world that constantly encourages self-promotion. But Jehovah gently and wisely teaches us a better way. Do not boast in wisdom, strength, or riches. Do not try to impress people with your abilities and accomplishments. Do not use social media, conversation, or appearance to promote yourself. Do not let comparison, pride, or envy take root. Instead, boast in Jehovah. Boast that He is your God. Boast that His name is holy. Boast that His standards are right. Boast that His mercy is rich. Boast that His wisdom is greater than human wisdom. Boast that His Son, Jesus Christ, made salvation possible. Boast that Jehovah has given us the truth. We will boast in Jah.